Good morning, crypto Twitter, it's Misty Crypto, spreading crypto with doctors showing its benefits to my generation. Shout out to all my people, Gen Z needs to be included, it's really that simple. We are savage, amazed, boss, SD, making money at the same time, spread peace. I feel empty if you don't include Gen Z, about to change the world, so y'all better get ready. Misty Crypto, I'm never backing down, I got a wax account, you should say it out. So many NFTs, I think I lost count, and I'm only getting started. Yeah, I'm barely off the ground. Listing crypto, you cannot stop me. My hands are made from diamonds, your hands fall like origami. Never be the boss of me. Bitcoin's all I need. When I say I'm zesty, that's just me talking honestly. Crypto and yum farm marketplace. I wanna see the more. We gotta go through cyberspace. Leave this world without a trace. Say pay for a different day, 'cause we partners in the cryptos didn't stay.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Miss Teen Crypto Show. Oh my gosh, I am feeling so much zest today. If you guys are feeling the zest, smash that like, smash the subscribe, share the stream out with friends, comment at some 100 emojis in the chat. As always, before we jump into the show, I'm going to thank two amazing sponsors of the show. One, Wax Blockchain, killing the game. Hot Wheels NFTs, I'm going to be giving out some of those during the show, so keep note. Also, Ballet, absolutely killing the game as well. I believe Bobby Lee, the CEO, started his own podcast. We'll be giving one of these away today, so watch out for a key phrase or word towards the end of the podcast. And I'll also be giving away NFTs. I see we have 30 likes, so let's get 50 for another NFT. I would love to intro our amazing guest today. I was waiting for this show. I was so hyped. We have Tom Crown and Crypto Wendy. Welcome to the show, friends. Thank you for being here with me.
I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
You guys,
this is the best part of everything, of doing everything. Is like, this isn't
how
even
a professional, Tom.
Wow, the ringer is on.
So, well, that was the super chat alert.
Oh, thank you for your super chat, guys. Super chats are now
super
enabled.
Chat now enabled. First one ever. Took it.
Oh my sheesh. This is a NFC, this is a non-fungible chat right now. Like, this is amazing. Thank you so much for that. Guys, thank you for tuning into the show. Today, we're going to just talk about everything. Talk about whatever you guys want to talk about in the chat, whatever you guys, Tom and Wendy, want to talk about. I really feel like there's so much going on in this space right now, and everyone has such high emotions, don't you think?
Yes. Okay. So I'll let Tom talk.
Okay. It's green. Stuff's green for once. What's happening?
We're green.
I'm just so used to red. I'm colorblind, so for me it's all just confusing. And what's happening?
This is
Wendy?
also, this is known as I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I've been calling for July 22nd for like the melt up, the big move up for like a really long time, like a long time. And now the fact that we've started pumping super close to the date.
This close?
Like
I want it to happen. I'm rooting for you. I mean, last year, it was like July 21st, right?
I called July 22nd, and it's where we started moving over the weekend. So I'm a week off. I'm okay with being a week off. I wish I could find the video content that I said it so many times, and I'm sure there's like a particular thing that I don't know.
Wow. Damn. So
I hope you're right.
So far so good, dude.
Yeah. Oh, the dollar's looking a little weak. Bitcoin's going up. I mean, I was like kind of sick the last few days, and I kind of like woke out of like my coma of sleep, and I was like, wait, what? Ethereum is that like 1,500? What? Bitcoin's up? Like, I kind of expected it to be the exact same price. And so I think I just need to be sick and sleep more often. I think that's the moral of the story.
If you go to sleep, the market pimps.
Okay. All right. I'll just take a nap right here and wait.
Also, shout out to Chemo and Crypto that said, much love to all of you three beautiful warriors. I feel like a warrior now. I feel like we're all warriors because we've gone through a lot with this market. And especially you guys are traders, right? I mean, Wendy, you're not maybe primarily a trader, but you are trading. And what has it been like to trade during this time, during like kind of the downturn? Did you guys expect Bitcoin to go as low as it did? Are you expecting lower? Like what's kind of like the market feel for you?
I'm expecting 10K. I'm still expecting 10K. But the
Wow.
thing is when I say 10K, it is not today. It is not in a month from now. This is like actual capitulation. This is long term. This is macro bear market stuff. So in the next 1 to 2 years, maybe 3 years, because the current halvening date is set for in 2024, but that is a moving date that changes depending on the efficiency of Bitcoin miners, what the market's looking like. There's a lot of things to take into consideration. So capitulation, I'll actually show my chart. I posted this on Twitter, but this is not what we're seeing is not capitulation. Let me just show you all this real quick. This is the monthly chart. Okay. So this is the Coinbase, a monthly chart, and Coinbase has had Bitcoin there for quite some time. This was the peak. This was 2017. This was the peak when we hit approximately, oh, there we go. When we hit approximately 20,000, when we hit about $20,000 here. Okay. And then we're in this decline. And I'll go ahead and denote a trend line so you guys can see we're in a decline. Similar price action here from when we got the swing wick high at approximately $69,000. Okay. So now with that being said, we can draw it kind of to scale just for visualization here. This is not capitulation any way, shape, or form. This, when we broke below $6,500, and we bottomed out at about $3,400, 3,000 approximate. Again, these are approximate, guys. This is capitulation. This little area here is capitulation. This, Tom, does this look like capitulation to you?
You know, I have such weird memories thinking back. Yeah, it's certainly not. Certainly doesn't look like capitulation. But I do remember. Yeah. I remember. Do you remember price going from like 20 to 10 so fast, and then so fast back up and then back down? And it's like this. This is maybe just like a super slow version of that, or I don't know.
I'll explain what's happening.
It still doesn't sit right for me.
Yeah.
This is what's happening. What happened to me?
Hey there, handsome.
Oh, there we are. So what happened was we can talk about Voyager, Celsius, Three Arrows Capital, Anchor, Terra Luna, CoinFlex, Genesis, Gemini, everybody, FTX. We could talk BlockFi. We can literally talk about all this. What happened was the drama started happening with Do Kwon because Anchor Protocol started having issues. Once Anchor Protocol started having issues and their stablecoin UST became decoupled from whatever it is backing them, who the hell knows, but who really knows what was backing them? That's when we started seeing the problems. We started seeing a lot of liquidity, a lot of like loans getting liquidated. Things absolutely went crazy because so many people had their money and were so invested with Three Arrows Capital. So that was a black swan event that caused all of these nasty candles. But the thing is that people are not understanding, is the worst over? It's over short term. But guess what? All the court proceedings have just started for most of these entities. That means whatever, and Three Arrows Capital had billions and billions and billions of dollars like all over the place.
Yeah.
Once Three Arrows Capital and Celsius and a lot of these companies are forced to liquidate their assets, that's when we will start to see capitulation. We have thousands of Bitcoin, thousands and thousands of all of these different currencies that these people have invested in. Once they are forced by law to sell those, we will start to see some issues because we don't know if it's going to be OTC. We don't know if it's going to be done in a controlled environment. We don't know if they're just going to freaking dump on the market. Even though there's legal proceedings happening, there's still a lot of shady things that can happen in crypto. So that's when I think we're going to see capitulation, is once we start seeing a large sale of those assets. That's when we'll see capitulation. Just because we're in this mini move up, which I'm going to refer to as a melt up for now, I'm looking to $30,000, and I'll show you why I'm looking to $30,000. $30,000 over here on the monthly chart. 30,000, 28. Again, you guys, these are like approximates right now. Okay. Where these two swing wick lows occur about 28,000, 29,000, we would need to get a breakout kind of around that area. If you want to call for 32,000, that's fine too. Doesn't really matter because these are just approximates, but we need to do this, and we need to break out here. Okay. This is what a bullish breakout would be. Right now, we're still in a downtrend, and until I get a confirmation of a bullish breakout and continuing upward traction, that would indicate some sort of bullish cycle or bull market. However, when we're talking about halvening is not going to occur until, let's just go ahead and pull this over. Where the heck is it? Halvening is not going to occur. Let's just say 2024. This not going to occur till around this time, if not, a different time. So what do you think is going to happen in that period of time? We're going to go up. Why would we go up when we're supposed to, when the halving is supposed to be a bullish catalyst? Like, yeah, we could get a breakout where maybe we retest 46, maybe $50,000, but I'm just not seeing us go into this crazy super cycle when we have all of these assets that on chain that they're going to eventually have to liquidate to pay off some of their obligations. Some of them have been liquidated already because of the loans or whatever it was, but that's where we're at right now. And I'm not saying 10K today, not in a month, maybe not 6 months.
So Wendy, you're saying 10K today. That's what you're saying.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
NFA friends.
All right. No, I'm just messing around.
But yeah, that's what I'm kind of seeing. That's what my opinion right now. Am I taking short-term trades? Yes. But I'm also very, very cautious, super, super cautious, because if I buy a bunch of alts right now and I plan on holding them, there's no point, because I don't, and you also too, and I know I'm talking a lot. One of the things we also need to take into consideration is that what did I want to say was going to be taken into consideration? One of the things I wanted to say to take into consideration is that you need to pay attention who Three Arrows Capital has money with, if they partner with somebody or if they've got an allocation. A lot of that's going to be hard to see on chain, but every single project you're invested in, if Three Arrows Capital has their hands in the pot, you probably want to reconsider your long-term strategies.
Ooh. Tom, thoughts?
That was a great answer.
That was so awesome.
I'll go back to the original. I think it was going to go this low? Definitely not like months ago. But I also didn't see these liquidations. We didn't see all these different companies becoming insolvent. And there was a lot of things that I'm sure someone knew, but how could we have known? How could we have known these things were going to happen? And the answer is we didn't. How that's going to play out certainly doesn't look good, right? I mean, I don't see a positive scenario where things are insolvent and are we going to go lower 10K? I mean, if we're going to go lower, 10K is probably where I'm looking to. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't see this coming. And so to say in my mind, like 10K be the next target would kind of be an extension of that, like where I would assume it would happen. Bitcoin just seems to be full of surprises at all times. That's really, everyone in the world is going to claim they called the top. Yeah. Lots of people claimed they called the top, but they called the top and then price went back higher and then went to 65 to 69K. And they say, well, I called the top at 65. Well, just because it went down, doesn't mean you call. It's such a weird scenario to me. It's like the ultimate everyone was wrong. And so I'm kind of waiting for everyone to be wrong again. I don't know what that means. I genuinely don't know what that means. Is that 10K? What would make more people wrong? I think it's probably what's going to happen at this point. But to answer the question, trading has been awesome. In the last 2 months, it's been hella boring, but it's been awesome in the sense of we're so range bound. I've just been slaying these 22 to 20,000 leverage trades back and forth. Know your risks. Don't follow me blindly. Know your risks. Leverage is dangerous, but there's been some good trading when it comes to Bitcoin. Altcoins, again, Wendy touched on it. They've been pretty dangerous, to be honest. You never know when these bottoms are going to fall out. There's been some good ones. Ethereum right now is what's really kind of catching my eye.
Yes. Let's talk about that for sure.
Wendy's chart, she showed on the monthly, Bitcoin, I can't even remember what number that was, but Ethereum is kind of reapproaching that same monthly level, where it bottomed out in 2021 would be 1,700. It's reaching back up to there. I'm wondering if Ethereum's going to get there, then Bitcoin is going to get there. And then we see the market resolve, whether that's the dead cat bounce or maybe we go higher. What I'm waiting for is for everyone to believe that the bull market is back on and then to get smashed. And I feel that hasn't happened yet. It's been very down. And we could say maybe that happened at 69,000.
I was going to say.
Could have. But the hype was never back to where it was. I don't know.
You're right. Yeah. It wasn't. The thing was I posted a video September 25th or September 21st of 2021. I told people, I was I'm selling 60% of my crypto. And I, in fact, was selling a lot of my crypto then. The amount that was my most watched video went viral, 750,000 views. The yelling, the name calling, the you're this, you're that, you're whatever. It was crazy. And then, of course, that's when Bitcoin was trading at approximately $40,000. A couple of months later, we peaked out and then we it got really gnarly and everybody is silent.
Yeah. It's silent everywhere.
Yeah, it is.
Twitter silent, YouTube silent. I'm glad we have like these people right here, just like some of the best people in crypto. Like straight. That's why I was happy to be here today. I was like excited for it. Like
Me too.
You'll notice lots of people disappeared.
Absolutely.
A lot of your favorite creators are gone because they just kind of jumped in on the bandwagon and jumped off the bandwagon, and hopefully we'll be here whenever it recovers and things are awesome again. But like these are awesome folks right here. You guys should definitely subscribe to Wendy and to Miss Teen Crypto. I love these two.
You guys,
yeah, we love you too.
No, you guys are so awesome. Like I said, I was really looking forward to this stream for numerous reasons, but you guys are just like people that have been here for a long time, and you're dedicated to this space, and you're always watching at what's new, and you actually care, which is like a big thing. Like caring about your audience and caring about what you're talking about. It's probably the biggest thing in crypto. A lot of people are misleading.
Yeah, and I actually talked then I was like yelling at my audience today. I was yelling at them about it because it's like, because the thing that was so upsetting, this is a good segue in, is like the whole like love or hate XRP. That's not the point. The court case between the SEC and Ripple is monumental to the entire industry. The United States of America, the federal organizations, whomever, because it keeps changing who's in charge of what. If XRP is deemed a security, that's going to be problematic for the entire industry because their term of security is not even applicable to technologies that we have today. So people are pissed off about Brad Sherman. Okay. Oh my God, Brad Sherman's making these comments calling XRP a security and is detrimental to the crypto industry because his pockets get lined by the bankers. Guess what? On my channel, I had Erica Rhodes come on. I've shilled her on TikTok, on Twitter, on YouTube, on Instagram. Name a platform. I promote this woman. She was running against Brad Sherman, and she is pro Bitcoin and she is pro crypto. Okay. She's more pro Bitcoin, which is fine, but it doesn't matter. You have somebody in office that understands how this is a good type of technology and what it can be used by. But guess what? Nobody watched those content pieces. Nobody interacted with those tweets. And now they're mad that we have Brad Sherman still in office. This is 100% on people in Brad Sherman's jurisdiction that voted for him. And if you're in crypto, if you own cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, or you like it, you did this.
Damn.
I'm not in that jurisdiction, so it's not my fault.
It's not my fault.
I went hard. Like I just shilled her and I went hard because she really cared about the kids. She cared about all these really great things. And I'm just like, dude, why? Like, we need to start getting people that are pro, like us.
Yes.
Pro people.
that is the destiny of all of this, is like, this is absolutely going to come down to like, to a political thing. And I don't mean bipartisan. I don't mean whatever belief you have. It's like, it's going to come to an end where it's crypto or not crypto. And there are so many big issues going on in the world that I absolutely shouldn't be ignored. But I don't even, how do you say this? Like, pick your battles. I don't even want to say that because that maybe like marginalizes things. But like, we need to eventually have people that are making decisions that understand at all what this space is. And I think right now the answer is that's clearly not true. Like, you know, they have no concept of what's going on here. They just think it's like evil, maybe internet monies, or they're just pretending that and they're collecting money on the side. Who knows? But we need to vote people in who like actually know what is happening here and the value proposition that it offers.
Yes, absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. That's what I feel is missing. Even Brad, the guy that we voted back in, he's, I don't know, does he write his own Instagram, post? Does he tweet? Does he know how to like embrace social media? Because even that, right? Like if you don't know how to send your own emails or post something on Facebook, then you can't really understand Bitcoin and virtual currencies, right? Or maybe even I'm not sure. Like, I feel like that's the case with a lot of people in our government, and that they're just older, and maybe they just don't understand the concept of digital money and all the things that are going on in the virtual world. Like, like even the metaverse, right? Like that's just something that is absolutely insane. And now we have this borderless money. We have, the Web3, which is just something that maybe is beyond control. Like no one can really control the blockchain. And maybe Wendy, like if we did vote that other girl in that was pro crypto, would that have made a big difference? Do you think that, this would be something great for the space? Or, because I know people that maybe are saying they're pro crypto, but maybe when they're in the position, it won't be exactly that way.
I think, no, that's a very good question that you bring up. So this is my take on it. I think it's better to have people that understand how this works, because then you can actually have a conversation with them. You can actually have a conversation with them. You can go to town. People don't understand that these public representatives, they have to go to sometimes town hall meetings, like smaller events, and the people in the community could go talk to them. Like it's a lot more, they're easier to access than somebody like the president or a bigger person. So you can have a conversation with them. You can create focus groups, you can create organizational groups and reach out to them that way. So it's good. And people don't understand that these small government officials, they matter, because they have more connections to the upper. So maybe Erica Rose wasn't the most like pro crypto, or maybe there's other things, but at least you have somebody in that's better than the person that you have. Like Brad Sherman has been in office for, I don't even know how long. What has he done? Besides talk crap about crypto? And I know damn well in California, they're not doing anything that they're supposed to do to help better our children, our education, our roads, none of it, because I live here. The crime is like absolutely crazy, and his district is plagued with homelessness too. So it's time for us to get some of these old guys out and get people that are in my personal opinion. It's a double-edged sword, but at the same time, you got to pick the less of two evils.
Yeah. Tom, any thoughts?
That's my opinion. That's 100% my opinion.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily that you're old that I want you out, but there's a huge correlation between, I don't know, being 70s-ish and being in office, and if you can't tweet, you can't understand what a blockchain is. Period.
That's what I'm thinking.
And, there's just no way. Yeah, if you can't figure out how to tweet, you can't figure out how, I don't know, a decentralized system could function.
Yeah.
And that's where we are. That's the future we're in right now, and I want to say it's up to us to change it.
I mean, it is though.
We have to do our best. That's what it is. We have to do our best to change it.
I mean, yeah, we definitely need younger people in office. I think it's just insane the things that are happening now. I mean, even laws, right? If we think about laws in general, these were all laws that were made pre-internet, and now we have this borderless technology that the whole world has access to. And I feel like maybe just the things that applied then just really don't apply now. We're just in a different era.
It is a different era.
I agree.
I'm a little worried.
I am just.
We're all worried.
Well, the thing is the SEC has they have no intention in regulating anything. Election season's coming up. The crypto is literally the least of their concerns. If they cared, they would have listened to Hester Pierce, crypto mom, and they would have implemented some of her regulation, because she wanted basically to. I don't have the documents in front of me, but what she wanted to implement was some sort of framework, just to be okay, like literally take care of all the scammers, but allow people to continue to build, not have to register, not have to pay all. It was very friendly. It was very growth friendly. But obviously the people, the building would still have to report, pay their taxes, do what they're supposed to do. But it gave them time to accumulate capital, to do well, to thrive, and to work alongside these government officials so that they could keep creating. Because what people don't understand is they look at crypto, okay, this is a scam. No, it's not a scam. What ends up happening is that you have a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of young entrepreneurs. And let's face it, this is no jab to anybody, but the younger generation, some of you guys operate differently than us old people over here. Things are different, and it's not a bad thing. But we have these old people trying to tell the young people what to do, and when it's a separate generation, it's like a separate group or culture almost. And it's it's literally like talking to it's like two different languages talking together. It's like English and Spanish, and it's like this, and that's okay. But the thing is, if you're going to be working with different groups, there has to be some sort of understanding. So Hester Pierce's regulation was very clear. It was very okay, you have to do this, but you have to do that. It's basically if you register, you file with us, you pay your taxes, you do what you're supposed to do. We have these little gray areas, but you're going to be confined in this little bubble to build. That's really cool, But now we have the SEC coming out and all these other bodies that are like, that they don't even want to implement regulation. All they want to do is keep fining people, and only specific people, not everybody. And it's like, for example, they're going after Library, which I believe is Odyssey now, and they have their LBC token.
I can't believe how much Library has been attacked. Like,
they're a small
crazy.
company. They're a small company. It's all
ridiculous.
It's a decentralized YouTube. It's decentralized YouTube for the most part.
And it's not even like huge. Like, I would love it to be bigger, but it's not even like a monster, you know? And it's like, they have been attacked so disproportionately to just even how much people even know what Library is. Blows my mind. It seems like the SEC is really picking and choosing their battles in a weird way. That brings us back though to the SEC case, which you were talking about with Ripple. And I'm not a Ripple guy. I'm not an XRP guy, but I totally agree. It's these early cases are going to really set the tone for going forward. And so in a way, I'm very much rooting for Ripple, for XRP to win this, because if they somehow get clobbered, it's going to make it really difficult for many other projects to win anything going forward, to win cases, to win standing. Why Library? Why? I just don't get it. What did they do?
What I don't understand is how they could kind of put Bitcoin, XRP, like all these things in kind of a box where it's like, oh, you're a security, you're a commodity. Like, this is a new technology. How can you even put them in a box like that? I don't know. Am I crazy?
Yeah,
I just don't know. Like, I feel like this is so new that how can you, like, I don't know how to go about it. Even like.
Another thing to note too is now they want the SEC involved in climate control safety practices, and it's like, because the SEC is supposed to deal with securities, and like I get they're supposed to deal with securities, but like how is climate change? Like we have separate entities that deal with that.
It seems like an attack. It seems like an attack on crypto. It seems like an attack on proof of work.
It seems like an attack. It seems like an attack on, and that's why it's stupid, because I want to say that XRP, their ledger is like very like eco-friendly, like super, as I want to say, don't quote me guys. I want to say it's POS, or they use some sort of other technology. They don't even think they use blockchain, but whatever. The point, it doesn't matter. 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 But the fact that they're like now bringing environment into it, that is like ridiculous, because we don't take into it. It's like there's so many other things that they should be mad about, in my personal opinion.
I mean,
agreed.
Yeah, I mean, the traditional financial system uses a lot more energy than Bitcoin mining, so I feel like it shouldn't even be a concern. Like, why don't you focus on all the energy that the banks themselves are taking just by like being open? It
just feels like a desperate attempt to like paint it in a bad light, right?
I don't know.
Like, energy, green. And it's like, but the facts aren't there. The numbers aren't there.
Exactly. So when are we going to be done with all this FUD? Like, oh, Bitcoin this, energy that. And like, I get it. Energy is a thing. But why don't we stop with the FUD, embrace crypto like El Salvador and all these other countries? It's just like, why are we trying to push crypto back instead of embracing it? Like,
Control.
I mean, the Dubai government is going off with this. I mean, they're just trying to bring there's a lot of even crypto influencers, people in the market that have gone to Dubai just because it's easier to operate there. And they're more accepting. Like, why can't we be like that?
Control. Because our people who are in control don't have a stake in it. And I'm going to guess that the people in Dubai making changes probably do. I think that it's like, that breaks down to everything, is like, does the power have a stake in it? So maybe we have to just start sending the government Bitcoin. I don't know. Is that the answer? Like,
no, what needs to happen is like, that's what they're talking about, like a reset. That's what they're talking about. And I met a gentleman. I was at a yacht party on Friday, on Saturday. It wasn't it was a cool, fun thing. I brought my bestie. That's who the picture was. It was me. It's so funny because people are like freaking out about it. I'm like, dude, that's like my best friend. Like we're not compatible. But it was some of the comments were funny. They're like, you friend zoned him. I was like, dude, I'm not his type any way, shape, or form. But anyways, we went to this party. I talked to this really intelligent gentleman, and he was saying, he's like, basically we have to, like, in order to have anything happen, things need to be reset, because the people that we have in power, they're not going to go away. They're going to keep
We keep replacing them.
They're going to keep replacing them and putting their people in. So for example, in LA County, if you want to bid a job, because Lowe's dad is a construction worker, he's an electrical contractor, he cannot even bid on city jobs because you have to be in like this certain program or whatever. And that's only for friends and family of the people that are making it. So he would bid, for example, the job's $1 million. He would bid that. And they're pulling bids from these guys that are in this special group for $5 million. So American taxpayers, so LA County taxpayers are paying 4 or 5 times more as opposed to paying what it's actually worth. And it's just kind of crazy if you think about it. And yeah.
Whoa.
I used to do quotes like that. And it's like a favorites game. It doesn't even, I don't know. They bid it out to someone that isn't the lowest bid, that doesn't do the best job. And it's like, yeah, we need a big reset. I hate it. It doesn't mean the whole world has to end, but there are so many things. And if you can look yourself in the face in the mirror and say that we don't need a reset, I don't know what to tell you. I get it. Yeah. I don't know what to tell you. It doesn't mean everything needs to change, but we need some fundamental changes in the world, period.
Yeah, I don't know. This is just pretty insane. I don't know what's happening in the world. All I know is that I'm growing up in probably the weirdest time. And it's just, I've just seen so many things happen, especially especially when I was in high school when the pandemic started. It's just like too many historical events for this 19-year-old to handle. Like, I just feel like every day there's a new historical event that's happening, and it could be a little bit overwhelming. Like, I mean, Lo is growing up in a crazy time, right? Like, she's just seeing all these things, and God knows what, like, inflation's going to be like by the time she's my age. I mean, I think she's like, what, 8?
She's 5.
5? Yeah. So imagine imagine
she'll be 6 next month.
Oh, so cute.
Oh.
So imagine 13 years from now when she's my age, which is gonna be crazy. Like, what's inflation gonna be like? What world is Lo gonna be living in terms of money, in terms of like, what's going on now? Like, where do we see this all playing out in the next
Wendy, can we date ourselves? How much do you remember when we were just a wee young one? When you would go to a soda machine, how much do you remember? Do you remember how much a soda cost when we were just a little wee one?
Like 25 cents?
A quarter.
A what?
A
25 cents.
So you used your quarters?
If you wanted a 20 ouncer, it was a 50 cents maybe. And now a can of soda is like $2.99 with like your card swiping. Like that's at like the linear pace. So that'll be Lo when she's our age. It'll be like, oh, soda was $3. Now it's 30, 40, I don't know, 50. Who knows? But I remember putting a quarter in a machine and getting a can of soda. So I just dated myself. Yeah, you should be. You should be. People saying that like inflation isn't real or hasn't been happening, like that to me has always been like the biggest thing. Is I remember when I was a kid and like there were things for sale for a penny.
What?
For a penny.
What?
I mean, not things, like a penny candy, like a little piece of candy, but like it existed. Now, what do you do with pennies? I don't know. I throw them away.
Yeah, literally. Oh my gosh.
Throw them away.
That's what, even Tom throws his change away. Like, this is crazy. I can't even.
I keep quarters because I can't part with that old memory of it being worth the soda. But like, but think about like my grandma used to freak out and be like, wouldn't pick up a penny. She'd be like, yeah, in my day. Cause like that penny in her day was like worth something. And that's just going to keep extending out. But I think the problem is it's not a linear growth. It's like an exponential growth. And by the time she hits our age, that soda is going to be, I don't know, like $50. I'm just throwing out numbers. I'm just making stuff up. But if it was a quarter, now it's like $2.50. So it's like a 10x from when I was a kid.
Someone said in the chat, Wind Peoples said, I remember hamburgers for a quarter. What does that
McDonald's. McDonald's, yep. My mom, because when I had softball practice, it was our turn to bring food. She would go to McDonald's because they had the 25-cent cheeseburgers, and she would feed the whole team. Because we were super poor. So she's like, oh, I can feed the whole, yeah.
Wow. What? Now it's
Things
like you're lucky if
fast.
that's on the dollar menu.
There's no dollar menu. It's a $2 menu.
Wait, there's no dollar menu anymore?
But like, what can you get for what could you get for $1?
A fountain drink.
Not even a fountain drink.
I think you can get fountain drink because like the
$1.
cost of fountain drink is like 0 cents. Like that price never goes up. It's
that's where they make their money.
Yep.
Though.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, it's actually insane to think about how little our money is really worth now. Like people I remember when I was younger, my grandmother would tell me that $1 million was something you could pass on to your kids. Now that's like nothing. Like $1 million is not that much anymore. It can't really buy you that much.
It's a good amount, but it's not. Yeah, you're not going
It's
to
not
live off of it
generational
and
wealth.
pass it down. No.
It's not
No.
generational wealth. That's not something that's going to last like maybe 2 generations.
What, half? $1 million half. I mean, well invested. Yeah, well invested with no downturn in the market ever. Maybe you can live off of it for the rest of your life. Like maybe you have to get real lucky.
Yeah, like I don't know. You're gonna have to put it in some coin that 1,000x's because like literally I don't think $1 million is generational wealth. I mean, what would I don't
10.
know, Wendy? What
10
would
million.
you consider generational wealth at this point?
$100 million.
Damn, Wendy's got me on the 10x again. Yeah, 100 million.
100 million, because honestly, like I'm just thinking, like my goal is to make $1 million until I'm age 100, like, and then I would feel comfortable retiring. So I would want to have like 60 or 70 million dollars, because then I would have $1 million per year until the day I die. Like I'll probably die before that, but then I can hand that down to my kid and whatever. But I feel like that's generational wealth. Like, and I obviously wouldn't spend $1 million in a year, but I don't know, it'd just be nice to have. Like, I feel like that's generational wealth.
Absolutely, because it's just a little scary because I don't even know what it's gonna be like for me in the future. Just trying to like live and like even try to invest in something like real estate and get a house. Like, what is that even gonna be like? It's gonna be difficult. I don't know how any kid, especially with student loans, is gonna live life now.
You can't, like, honestly, going to college is like, it's good, but at the same time, it's like there's so many things that require degrees that shouldn't. Like, for example, pharmacist up until 2010, I believe, or 2008, you would have to fact check me. Maybe it was like 20 years ago. They did not need a PharmD. A PharmD is an additional 2 years after you get your master's, I think. And back in the day, all you needed to become a pharmacist was a biology degree.
I was gonna maybe like some like counting skills, because I've seen those pharmacists work and it looks like they're just counting. They're like one pill.
The thing is they Google everything too. They Google medication, and I swear to God, because I worked in a pharmacy. So, and they're making and they have to pay, like, I know a girl, her student loan debt was $300,000.
Easy.
For $100,000 salary. Yeah.
That's why I didn't go to law school. I was like, not gonna happen. Yep. Not gonna pay another 150 plus 200 grand just
How
to like
are you
get
supposed to make that back?
Never.
Like, I don't even understand.
Inflation.
But
you don't. That's a Ponzi.
Yeah, but
the good news is we can all be millionaires by the time we die, because that just won't be a lot of money.
It won't be worth anything.
Yeah, but we'll all be millionaires. So
the thing is, I think I talked about this with Gareth Solo, I believe, but like, where's the middle ground, right? Because inflation's like woo woo woo, and then inflation's like meh, like they're still the same. So like, what gives? Like, because no one's gonna raise wages because they can't afford to pay them, but inflation's like 9.1. So like, what gives? Like, where's that middle ground? How can we find that?
I think I have a weird answer. Black Friday this year, Black Friday. That's not July, right? That's like later in the year. But Black Friday, just heed this. Black Friday is going to be a spicy time this year.
You think so?
I think that's when the numbers really hit the fan. I think that's when it's like, oh, turns out like we've been thinking we had all this money. We've been throwing all this money, recycling it. And it's like, I think spending will just be way down. And I think that's when things are going to get spicy. Things are going to get real spicy by the end of the year.
And I didn't mean to interrupt, but I just read this. Cointelegraph just said one of the most revered hedge funds in the industry, holding over 10 billion in assets under management, Three Arrows Capital. That's why I was talking about this is not the bottom. That's why I don't think that we saw the bottom. I thought it was a pico bottom, a micro bottom. But when you have a company that had over $10 billion in assets, and they have to liquidate a lot of those assets to pay for legal, to pay for their expenses, to pay back the people they borrowed money from, and they've already been liquidated how much? We're not done yet.
What the frig? So what do you like? So what happens now? Because I know or I believe I saw on the Twitter that Suzu and the other guy, I want to say Kyle, right? I think they got picked up. Did they not?
They're on the run, I think, but they're probably just like in a safe place.
I don't. All right. I don't know. I thought I saw on Twitter that they got picked up, but like, okay, so they went missing, and then they bought a yacht, like a $50 million yacht.
They bought it. They bought it a couple months ago.
Like,
I think.
So did they? Do you think? Okay. Do you think they know? Like, is that a way to store value? Do you think? Like they were like, oh, like let's buy the yacht, and like we have that on the side, and like, can they seize that? Like, what happens with this?
They can seize everything.
They can McAfee it.
Well, the thing is no. The thing is, McAfee was a very unique individual, and you also have to be a legitimate degenerate OG. Yes, and when I say OG, there's very few people in crypto that are OGs, and they talk about being a crypto and Bitcoin OG. That's something different. But if you have to literally be an OG from the street to do what John McAfee did, and there's a very small percentage of the world that has got that can do that. Like,
nope, not me. Nope.
It's a hard life. It's a hard life to be like that.
But that's the prep though, is buying the yacht.
But they have this. But the thing is they got this big old yacht. What are they going to do? Nothing. Get
a bunch of guns, mount it to the yacht, and see how long they can stay on the ocean.
They're not going to be able to. And It's a big yacht too. It's going to be hard. Like there's so many problematic things I see. I mean, so that's why it's one of the thesis is why I don't think we've seen the bottom. That's just my opinion.
Oh, man.
I think the facts agree with you. Yeah. My hopium doesn't, but I think the facts agree with you. I'm very bearish on Black Friday of this year. That's the time where we all like, oh, consumer spending and inflation numbers haven't simmered down. We'll see next month. CPI comes a little lower. Maybe we have a little softer, but
this is the thing with this is the thing with the inflation numbers. The way that they're calculating inflation is not the way they calculated in the 80s or in the 90s. In addition to that, so the formula or whatever they're calculating is not accurate to what it is. So inflation is a lot higher. Also, people forget the cost to produce meat and vegetables and products back this quarter and this quarter is priced. It's not the consumers have not gotten it yet. So when it used to cost $20 to feed a cow, it's now costing $100. And the people that are dealing with that, the cattle managers, they have to increase their costs to feed them. And then that cattle has to get pushed to the public. Then the costs are going to go up even more. So this is why it doesn't matter what they say. They're going to say, oh, we only raised inflation by 2% or whatever the hell it is. And then the prices are still going to go up. And people are going to be like, well, it's going to be an inverse correlation because people don't understand that those are not priced into the current market.
So you're saying CPI hasn't peaked yet?
Of course not.
Of course not. Of course it hasn't. Oh my goodness. The end of the year is going to be so crazy.
It is. It's bananas.
It's going to be wild.
What do you think is going to happen by the end of the year? Like what's like the overall picture?
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
I'm a little scared.
That's like the overall. It's like just fingers crossed. I don't know. I hope that the Fed says, holy F, we're in trouble. We keep raising rates. It hasn't done anything. Actually, what is the date? I've been sleeping too long. We have a week until the next FOMC meeting.
All right.
Going to be interesting. We'll see. CPI, highest numbers in 40 years. We've got another FOMC meeting after like the highest rate hike in 20 years. I'm curious.
Yeah.
Do you think they can keep doing 75, 50 or 75, but I think 100 BPS hikes till the end of the year, like they've said? I doubt it. I think something is going to break.
Yeah, it's
going to be spicy, but where things break is where opportunities made. It's not fun and it's not like happy-go-lucky sunshine, but
yeah, I mean, listen, nothing about this this kind of situation is rainbow and unicorns. Let's actually try to make things about rainbow and unicorns for a second. Tom, do you have a word for our friends to enter in the chat to enter and win a free ballet wallet?
How about keys? Is keys a good one?
Yes, keys. Enter keys in the chat, my friends. Can we actually talk about this for a little while? Because I've been, this has been something that literally has hurt my heart, friends. Why is nobody, even the OGs, keeping custody of their crypto? Why is this happening? Why did a lot of OGs in this space get wrecked with Celsius, Vault, Voyager, whatever? Like, why?
We got comfortable. Mount
We got
Gox was too
comfortable.
long ago. Yep. I think Wendy and I 100% same page. We got comfortable. It was like, ooh, a nice 10% collecting on my assets.
Well, this is the thing is because I had funds on both Voyager and Celsius. Like I started moving majority of my funds off. We did it the week of March 20 or May 27th. I told Telegram, Discord, YouTube, TikTok, everywhere. I think everywhere except for Twitter because they don't listen. They don't respect me on Twitter. So I'm just like, whatever. But I told my audience that actually like listens to my stuff, like what to do. And we liquidated a lot of that stuff. We removed a lot of stuff, but we still had like some things on, but but it's just like, because the gains weren't like 10% APY is not really that high when we're talking about DeFi, and DeFi was like
astronomical.
Yeah, so it's like, so I assume the risk with whatever. And so whatever I lost. And, it is what it is. But it's part of that crypto game.
I think it's like excusable though, because at the time, the perceived risk, this is how I look at it, was very low. I mean, you didn't have custody, so there's always risk.
Yes.
If you don't have custody, there's risk.
Absolutely.
But the 10%, the 12% APY versus at the time was a pretty low perceived risk. I think was a really good risk to reward. As soon as Celsius had issues, that risk to reward bottom. It just collapsed. Yeah. It was out.
Yeah.
It was like, if there's no issues, 12% is great. As soon as there's even like a hint of issue, no longer worth it. I withdrew everything from everywhere I could. I have some funds stuck on Celsius. I'm with everyone else there, but like I got lucky enough that I was paranoid enough. And I think that really is what it was, is we got comfortable. Mount Gox was too long ago. That was like kind of a forgotten story. And this is our Mount Gox. This is our Gox. Mm-hmm. This is it. We got Goxed. And that's Celsius. And whatever this cascading liquidation effect is like our version. I say our, but like, I guess the 2020 version.
Yeah, like for all the
comfortable.
Noobs.
Yeah, we got comfortable. You can never be comfortable in crypto. You always have to be a little paranoid. You always have to be a little tinfoil hat.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate thing. And like it's nice to have cold storage, but Absolutely. At the same time, it's like, it's hard when you're actively trading these positions. Like it makes it hard.
It's a conundrum.
I mean, yeah, like if you have stuff that you're never going to touch, that's something you're planning on hodling for a long time, then yeah, get it on your freaking cold storage. Like if you're trading, then I understand that maybe you're going to keep it on an exchange, be kind of prepared for that type of situation. But I mean, self-custody is just so important. And I feel like, this was just a huge learning curve for everybody. I mean, going forward, if there is another platform, let's say like a Celsius or a Voyager, where you could, give your keys, stake your crypto, or just keep it there for interest, do you guys feel that you would do this again with another platform that maybe they're like, oh, we won't make that same mistake for X and Y reason?
Not until there's regulation.
No.
And I hate to say that as like a maximalist Bitcoin guy. Not until there's regulation. Not until there's some kind of oversight that's going to like at least guarantee on some level my assets. Like I took the risk. I got lucky. I lost some on Celsius, but I profited. When I look at all the platforms I use, like net what I lost on Celsius, like I made up on APY and other platforms. So like, no, not until crypto settles down, not until the market stabilizes. And honestly, I'm not going to touch these platforms until there's some kind of regulation. And I'm the biggest anti-regulation, like pro decentralization guy, but like, no, my assets, I'm 99, 95, 99% in my cold storage right now. I have like my trading bags on exchange. That's it. I'm in like full defense bunker nuclear winter mode when it comes to my assets. Because I don't know what's next. What's next? We don't know. Nobody thought Gox was going to go down. And I'm not saying, everything's going to collapse. I'm not saying doomsday, but we just don't know what's next.
No.
Insolvencies are like cascading. It's just like leverage. Mm-hmm. It is literally leverage. You got to be careful. If you don't need your assets somewhere, put them in your wallet.
Absolutely. Please.
Shout out to Ballet Wallet, I guess, because it's a wallet. And there you go. And you could put it on, there you go. You could put it right there. And now you don't have to worry about it as much as some other platform.
Yeah, I mean, dang. It really, really hurts me when I see these people like OGs, even, just saying they lost their life savings on these platforms. That is horrifying. Like, oh, shout out to Levi and Bid Moon for some super chats. You guys are really cool. Thank you for like appreciating the show. Like, you guys are really cool. I appreciate it. You know, the title of this video is "What's Next for Bitcoin." So, what do you guys think is next for Bitcoin? You know, we're like, you know, whether that's price action, adoption. What do you think is next? What's happening here? What's going to happen?
I think we're going to see a melt up. I think we're going to see a mini melt up, a mini run up to $30,000 to $50,000. $50,000 would be crazy, but you know, we can throw that in there if we want. And then we're going to see stuff happening.
That would make sense. I was going to say 25K. I was going to say 25K is I think that's pretty locked here as today draws to a close, but there's no guarantees. I agree with Wendy though, like I said earlier in this episode, we haven't had that like hope inspiring moment, which is like, in at least in my memory, kind of the trademark of the bear market is like, there's that moment where it's like, oh no, everybody was wrong. We're going back up, new all-time highs. And it's like, that's the moment everybody gets just wrecked. And we haven't had that. It's really just been down. 69K was like in November was the only moment of like kind of hope. And since then it's just been down. So I think we are looking for that kind of like re-inspiration, rekindling of excitement. But you'd never know, like that can come and then it can translate into continuation and we could see the market go up. I think at this moment, that's not really the probable side of things, but that's always a possibility. We have been seeing Bitcoin and the dollar kind of decouple. We've been seeing Bitcoin and the stock market decouple a little bit. It's way too early to make some kind of giant or grand statement about that. But like, we're seeing the kindlings of that. It could happen. It could happen. I think the more people that believe that we're going to keep going once we do see some kind of retracement, the less likely we are to keep going. So look for disbelief. I think that's really what is going to mark the next, I don't know, year, 2 years. Yeah. Look for disbelief. Look for people doubting it, fading the rally.
Yeah.
Bitcoin's not easy. Crypto is a story of rebuilding. And I can speak from my own experience on that. It's a story of rebuilding.
It is. It's another to think about, guys, is these are all startups. They're still in beta. This is not Visa. This is not MasterCard. This is not Wells Fargo. You have to think about how those industries were built back in the day.
That's true. It's absolutely true. I mean, there's bumps in the road for everything. I mean, a lot of people just, I guess, are too mean to crypto almost because they're like, oh, well, you know, Bitcoin is this or crypto's supposed to be that. So why isn't it there already? Well, you know, everything needed development. Right. It
takes time. We can't even successfully merge over to proof of stake yet. And people are like pressed about, yeah.
I hope Bitcoin never goes proof of stake. It never will. Good luck with Ethereum though. Isn't that, you know, what's interesting though? They keep moving this date back and now they've chosen September.
Because the job is a lot harder than what it needs to be. And they can't get it done because tech's hard and it takes time.
Tech is hard. But September is an interesting time.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's really scary, to be honest. Like, I know I keep saying that, but it's just like a lot. Like, we're just going through so much, but this all needs to happen. You know, all these, you know, oh, I picked 2 winners. Okay. So we have 2 winners today. I thought Noi wasn't here because he didn't respond to me. But then I picked M Stone. So I'll just send you guys both as winners. You guys are both fine.
M Stone?
Yeah,
guys. Stone?
Yeah, yeah. He has cool sunglasses on in his profile. So both of you guys send me. It's okay. Oh no, I'll go. You're the winner too. Don't worry. So both of you will be winners today because it'll make up for another show where I couldn't do the giveaway. So both of you guys are winners. Please send me a DM on Twitter with your email, and I'll send them to the ballet team. So you're all good. Oh no, he's really cool. He's always here. He's a supporter of both Tom and I think of Wendy as well. So you guys are really cool. Where can everyone find you guys, Wendy and Tom?
The internet.
Because I do have all your descriptions in the bio, but I do want you guys to just shout out your socials.
My office floor, because I'm going to take a 5-minute nap before I go live with Gala.
I was thinking about taking a nap on that rug. That rug looks freaking fantastic.
It was on Amazon. It was only like $200. It's actually, this room is actually really big. It looks small.
That rug is from my childhood. Like I've slept on that exact rug that somehow you bought. Like, I don't know. I'm going to take a nap there too. Can I waste my time not shouting myself out? And let's shout out, I can't wait to see you both in Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Woo!
Vegas is going to be
gonna
fun.
Be in Vegas.
Lo's going to be there too. Her daddy will be there as my security. We're
going gambling.
And my stepkids, but Lo will be there, and she'll be like, the reason why I'm bringing her is because she came to the first Litecoin conference that I spoke at, and when I got on a couple panels, she was like, "That's my mom, go mommy, go!"
Oh my gosh,
Wendy's my mama, and I have a video of her. She's like 2 or 3. It was so like 2 years old. So
I'm gonna yell that at this conference. That's my mom. That's
you should.
I'm going to. It's gonna.
We
be
should
weird
all do
for
it.
Everyone.
We should all do it. That would actually be hilarious. We'll we'll have signs too.
That's my mom. Wendy is my mom. She's my crypto mom. I tell people that.
You should tell them I am the mama.
Yeah, I honestly do tell people that, like, you're like my crypto aunt or like my mom and stuff. I really do. I'm not even joking. Like,
I'm happy.
No, I was really like hyping you at NFT NYC because people were like, because some people were like, oh, the women in this space. I was like, hell nah. I was like, people like Wendy are out here like being my mom and like being so amazing and being supportive. Like, there's amazing women in this space. Like, sheesh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's just sometimes there's butt heads, but it's like that with any industry. So I just ignore them.
Yeah, like even if people don't bring you up, Wendy, I hype you. I hype up Tom. I hype up all my friends. Like it's just I don't hype up everybody because like sometimes they they're not zesty enough and like maybe they're a little mean. But like if someone's mean, if someone's nice, if someone's zesty, I'm gonna freaking talk about you. I'm gonna put you on and like just hype you. And you guys deserve a lot of love. Like Tom, Wendy, you guys are complete crypto icons. And, I feel like 10 years down the line, like people are going to remember like you guys, just like what you guys are doing.
You
relentlessly trading and pushing adoption. No, you. Like, you guys are really amazing. I really thank you guys for coming on the show today and hanging out with me because I really wanted to do this show with us three just because we vibe and you guys are such intelligent people that are just always on point. So thank you for being active and not disappearing when things get rough.
Never. No way, Jose.
Yeah, we're here forever. So we're gonna like diamond hands each other. Like, also shout out to Litecoin Summit in Vegas. If you guys is it litecoin.net, the website for this?
I just know it's on my website.
It's on Wendy's website. Go find it.
Oh, wait.
I don't know.
I got it. Okay. Litecoin.net/summit. So, guys, I'm going to throw that in the YouTube chat right now. So, if you guys want to check out the Litecoin Summit info, this is the infos. So, we're all three announced as speakers so far. And I'm just so excited because we're just going to have like a whole gang hangout. Maybe I'm going to kidnap Lo and Wendy and Tom. We'll go to In-N-Out Burger and just like have milkshakes and burgers and just eat our lives away. And maybe like we'll grab a Cinnabon with eCurrency Hodler, eat one with him. We'll get tacos. We'll just like eat a lot of food with each other and talk about crypto and love and life. So also, shout out to everyone in the chat. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you to everybody that sent super chats today. I know this just got enabled. Like, I'm so happy. So thank you guys so much for supporting me. Thank you in the chat. If you like this show, please, again, subscribe, share the stream out with friends. I'm going to be back soon with the Miss Teen Crypto Show. You guys know we're always out here. We're always trying to get zesty guests and give you guys an insight as to who these people are and what they're doing in this space, because that's important. It's cool to know what they're doing, but it's cool to know how they got to that point. So thank you, Wendy and Tom, for joining me today. Thank you guys for coming. I hope everyone has a fantastic day. Stay bullish. And as always, stay zesty. Peace, my friends. Mwah.
Good morning, crypto Twitter, it's Miss Teen Crypto, spreading crypto with Dr. showing its benefits to my generation. Shout out to all my people, Jesse needs to be included, it's really that simple. We are savage, amazed, boss, zesty, making money at the same time, spread peace. I feel empty if you don't include Gen Z, about to change the world, so y'all better get ready. Miss Teen Crypto, I'm never backing down, I got a wax account, you should say it out. So many NFTs, I think I lost count, and I'm only getting started. Yeah, I'm barely off the ground. Miss Teen Crypto, you cannot stop me. My trace.